What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Redcat Live. It's that one episode where we have Aaron visiting us from Wales. Had you arrive, I picked you up from the airport.
Yeah.
And I heard you had some whaling tacos out there.
Oh, some would say the best.
It was like goat, or what was that? Chupacabra? tacos?
Chupacabra.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
chupacabra.
sounds about right. What's going on, everyone, man? Hope everyone had a great week. We got some information to give you guys here today. Obviously, it's a shocking episode, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But let's see what's up to some of the folks that are already in the chat. First off, DJ Holem, what's going on with you, man? Thank you so much for hanging on out with us. Always good having you. Shay Kicks in the house as well, saying, yo, what's good? We got David M saying hello from Temple, Texas. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us as well. Shay Kick, like always, wants that 63, 63, 63.
What's that?
I don't think he likes the 63, though.
I don't know. We should probably do a 64 instead.
Maybe. You know what? One number up.
65?
No, I mean like one number up from 63.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the best one, right?
Absolutely. Paul Morales, what's going on with you, man? Thank you so much for hanging out and stopping on by as well. We got Jacob Eckwright. What's going on, Jacob? Thank you for coming back. Jacob was actually in our last show, and he was giving our Jacob
The Backstreet Boys one?
Yeah, he was giving us a good time.
That's good.
DJ Hold'em says, what's going on from North Louisiana? Appreciate you. Thank you so very much for hanging out. We got Brandon Allen in the house as well, saying, what's going on, everyone? Hello to Nelson Kerr. He's here as well. We got RC Car Garage saying, what's good, fam?
Isn't it RC guy?
RC Car Garage.
Car guy?
Car
Maybe
guy.
it's a different one.
Different guy. We got Rodney Darvin. What's going on, fellas? And of course, Skunks Hobbies, always in the house, representing Prescott
on, man?
Valley. Prescott, Arizona, actually, I think, is where his shop's at.
Up north.
Up north. Up yonder.
Yeah, over there.
Over there. Oh, man. We got Brian representing Ozarks. So appreciate you, man. You guys make some really great camping equipment, too, the Ozarks.
The Ozarks, yeah. Or isn't that a TV show?
It is. It's a pretty good one, too.
Paris Hilton, right?
Yeah, exactly. Robert Garcia also wants to know what's going on with the 63. We'll give you guys a little bit of an update on that here in a little bit as well.
What's the 63?
Let's see. Roger Rabbit says, had a quick question. I recently purchased a lowrider Redcat, and the lowrider was not working perfectly fine one day and to the other. I charged the battery, and all of a sudden, it does not move at all. I strongly recommend you reach out to our support team. You can reach out, go on our website. There's a contact support link. You can call us by phone. You can also message us on Facebook directly if you like. The guys answer those questions. They'll be able to walk you through and help you troubleshoot that vehicle so they can get you taken care of, Roger.
Yeah, you could even ask for Joe. He's one of our good customers.
Joe's actually really good at that. So thank you very much, Mr. Rabbit. It's B Rabbit, B Rab.
No, they'll get him taken care of.
Yes, yeah, they'll absolutely get you taken care of. And they'll help you troubleshoot and find out what you need so we can get you back to square one. Richard White, what's going on, fellas? How are you? Thank you so very much for hanging out. Sooners here as well. Bonafide the Fool, what's going on with you, brother? Thank you for hanging out with us as well. It's always good having you on the show. We got Eddie Vigils here as well. We got Eddie Zilla. Oh, and see, just to be fair, RC Car Garage says definitely a different guy.
Oh, the way you said it, it could be,
it was
be
on
a
me.
typo.
It was on me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
English is not my first language, just so you know.
Yeah. Portuguese, right?
He actually was Japanese.
Himalayan. You like your languages like your salt?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little sprinkle, a little salt bay on that bad boy. DNA Records, what's going on with you? Thank you so much for hanging out. Charles Fernandez, what's going on with you? He wants to know where the submarine is.
The Nitro Submarine is close.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
I think it's going to be a great launch. When
Some would say it's off the coast. It's very close there.
I was going to say it's going to be a good launch. Or dive. We could dive into it.
Yeah, we could dive into that later.
Yeah. Keith and King, what's going on with you, man? He says, good afternoon, fellas from Kansas. Fellows, can't wait to see that 63.
60 what? There's a lot of talk about this body.
I mean, we've talked about the 63 quite a bit on the past episodes.
It's the Fairlane, right? 63 Fairlane.
I thought it was 63 Pinto.
The whaleback? Is that the one?
Yeah, definitely. RC Patina guys here as well. What's going on, Eric? Man, appreciate you as always, brother. And then Jacob Eckwright, how's it going on getting that nuclear submarine? See, everyone wants that. Shorty's Hobby World. What's going on with you? Thank you so very much. We got Eric Estep here as well. D'Angelo McDonald out here representing. He says, will there be a V2 of the magnet mount for the 59. I went to buy more and didn't see the original anymore.
That's a good question. That's another customer service thing. Maybe fire up an email, send that off, because I'm not sure off the top of my head. But that's definitely something. If you guys are seeing something and it's not there, don't be afraid to contact us and let us know.
Absolutely. You know, and obviously the guys in support are kind of the most
Supportive?
Yeah, they're really supportive. Exactly. And they have a lot of the latest and greatest information when it comes to those things as well. So they'll be the best ones to help you guys out. Darkwood RC, what's going on with you, man? Thank you so much for hanging out. We got Smokey's RCs here as well. And of course, little accolade to Joe himself. Richard White says Joe is absolutely awesome for support. So thank you so much for those kind words. Mike Solomon representing the Mob, Alabama.
MOB.
MOB. I love it. Love
Is
it.
it Mobile? Mobile, Alabama?
Mobile, maybe.
Could be.
Kind of reminds me of like Forrest Gump. Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
Love it.
Old One Forest One.
Right. Roger Robert says, thank you so very much, guys. Much appreciated. Love your cars. Well, we love you, man. Thank you so much for the comments. Just thank you for engaging with us. It's always a good time. We got Madrigal Custom Turntables. What's going on, man? He's representing the 831. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Green Mountain Power Sports in Vermont. What's up, man? What's going on, Jay? Appreciate you so much for hanging out with us, man. We got Moore and Harold representing Portland, Oregon as well. SleekHobbies RCs in the house. We got Vince Vargas out of the Bay Area saying, what's good to everyone? So thank you so very much. Let's see. Roger Rabbit, what's going on with the lowrider truck? Oh my gosh. So check it out, man. We actually have a private group that we have going on where we're actually sharing a lot of the proprietary information when it comes to the bed dancer. We're talking about what it was to design this product from an idea concept to a test and trial to then what it takes to create a product and make the parts and the design work. We really go into high detail. I think we're into like 16 episodes on that.
It's like Bed Dancer 101.
Yes.
That's the best way.
But also RC 101, right?
Yeah, it's not just the Bed Dancer. Obviously, they focus on that, but a lot of the things transfer to some of the other cars that we do. So
at this time, those founders that are in that group are getting a lot of the nitty gritty information, a lot of the recent stuff as it's coming out of the laboratory.
Like about that?
Yeah, and that one thing too.
Yeah,
it's pretty rad,
we can't talk about it.
Pretty cool stuff. But if you want to join in on that, you're gonna want to participate, buy into the pre-order, and be a part of the founder. If you don't want that special Founders Edition truck that we're working on with the founders specifically, the generic version of that truck will be available about 45 to 60 days after we launch that one. Now, at this time, there is a rough estimate sometime between the end of the year and the beginning of next year. A lot of things are going to vary on this next sample that we're anxiously waiting to see what
sometime this century.
Yeah, exactly. SleekHobbies, what's going on from Ohio, he says. Danny Lovejoy's here as well. What's going on with you, man? He says it's been a while since he's been on. Well, we appreciate you coming on back, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, and see, Skunks Hobbies knows Oscar's first language is taco knees.
Oh, I never thought about that.
That was a good one, man. Nick Quintero, what's going on with you, man? Let's see, Pierre Stern's here as well from Germany.
Germany?
Man, yeah. Oh, he's been a while. He's been hanging out with us in both groups as well. So it's
what's the weather like over there?
Oh, there you go. What is the weather like over there,
yeah.
Mr. Stern? All right, let's see here. I got a question for you. He says, maybe not a question.
Okay.
It is. I bought an SN18 a year ago. Ooh. Couldn't have been a year ago because they haven't been out for a year yet.
He's had it for a while.
Yeah, you've had it for a good minute, Eddie, from what I understand. And he just bought your daughter one. Why is a new batch of Ascents having issues with the drive shaft? I haven't seen a ton of issues, but great question. I would venture to reach out to support because they're the ones that have all of that documentation and can see what's going on with them. If there is an issue going on, obviously we want to address it. So if you notice something that's a little bit more than norm, reach out to those guys. They'll be happy to help you out with those kinds of questions.
Pictures, videos, anything like that helps on that stuff.
Anything you can share, absolutely, 100%. And that actually is going to go hand in hand with one of the things and topics that we're going to talk about on today's show. So it's those things, you guys reaching out with that information that really helps us stay ahead of the
we can't
curve.
be there when you unbox your products for the very first time. So, we found out about issues just like you guys do.
Absolutely. Let me see. Roger Rabbit says, asking, is Redcat planning on releasing any new lowrider classic vehicles for the future? Sure, why not?
Maybe one or two.
I don't know, maybe.
I think they're, yeah, there's a couple different cars, maybe it's like a 2028, I think was the latest one that I think Jacob was working
Yeah,
on.
2028 in Impala.
Yeah.
Super slow. We changed it. It's no
Yeah.
longer super
Snort.
Super
Snort.
Super snort.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2FMRC, what's going on with your man? He's out of Kentucky. Appreciate you hanging out
Watch
with
his
us.
videos.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm a subscriber too.
Really?
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, that's both of us.
Hey,
Yeah,
right
maybe
on,
we'll
bro.
get-
Appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out, bro.
Thank you.
We got Enlighten RC. What's up from Georgia? Thank you so much for hanging out. By chance, is there going to be a bomber body for lowriders? Now, guys, when it comes to bodies for the lowrider scene, we have a ton of wants and ideas, as well as you guys do. Bombs is definitely something we've wanted to get into, but we have a lot of things that are in the works. I think before we can even fathom even diving into one at this time, because we have so many things in the works that we want to bring out, and you guys will know a lot about that stuff hopefully in the coming months and in the beginning of the year as well. It just depends on how these things roll out. But we are working on a lot of things, and there's a lot of bodies that we have a list of that we would love to create at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. The list is, yeah, you guys are going to have bodies for quite a while.
Let's see. Lost in Ohio, man. Thank you so very much, man. We're doing good, hanging out. Junebug, what's going on, Junebug, man? Appreciate you, bro. Hopefully you're having a good one, man. Stay blessed out there, brother, man. I'm thinking about you, man. My thoughts are with you and your family. Let's see here. 2FMRC says, and we're getting more and more hyped. Hey, see? Love that, love that.
Now, he's got a good channel for those of you guys that are into the smaller scale stuff.
Definitely check him out. 2FMRC on YouTube. Great channel. Definitely want to be someone you want to go ahead and follow. D'Angelo also wants to know some information about that 63, man. Everyone wants to know that new information. Now, Matt would love this. He says we should make a Cybertruck. I don't know if we can make the tow hitch fail like they want, like theirs.
No, yeah, there's no way. I mean, we'd have to talk with, like, I don't even know how many of the dumpster companies to try and get the patent, I don't know how you patent a dumpster, but it's going to be tough. We could try.
There's this other guy too. I don't know if you know him or not. He's kind of small. He has a small channel I follow, but he seems to be pretty cool. His name is Joe Collins.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her?
No.
I don't know. He seems to be kind of a cool guy. He has his little channel. It's called what's his channel called? Extraterrestrial RCs.
Yeah, something like that.
Extraordinary. Exo. No, it's definitely extraordinary. No,
extraordinary.
Right. Exo RCs in the house.
Exo
caged RCs in the house.
Yep.
Appreciate you, man. If you want some great information and great content, Joe always brings great stuff and great information on a plethora of different manufacturers.
Yeah, a bunch of manufacturers, and it's not just crawlers. Or he's got a little bit of everything on there. He even charged a video the other day.
Right. We got Chris Wheeler from the 51 Freeway saying what's up.
Oh, okay.
He's telling us it's nice and clear and open.
Nice and clear.
Right. So let's kind of scroll ahead here. I'm going to skip over some of you guys' comments just so we can get to the nitty gritty, guys, because I can say what's up to everyone for hours here. Let's see. Here's a question here. When will there be lights for under the 64 lowrider? Now, I would venture to say we will probably not get into that realm of making lights, but there's a lot of options out there that you can buy. There's the stick-on LED lights are kind of the go-to. There's some guys that already sell some. There's some guys in the group that sell some. I personally like the ones that you find on Amazon. They plug right into your receiver that run off of that 6-volt reference.
Yep, it's just a little underglow kit.
Sure.
Definitely check out the group, and like you said, Amazon. There'll definitely be a bunch of that stuff on Amazon.
Right. Let's see here. Joe Collins says, using the Vigilante platform, do an LCG chassis and make us 1/5 scale race buggy.
Oh, I don't even know, what's the Vigilante?
I never heard of her.
Yeah, I think it's
That's something we offer?
I don't know. We might have to check the website. Yeah. There's been a lot of people, a lot of talk about the Vigilante. It's been a pretty good product for us. So, thanks obviously Joe. He's done a little bit of testing for us, and then, just telling the truth, and that's what we want.
Right. So in other words, if you want to try and bribe Joe for some information,
he's there. Apparently, he's not on his. He should be making a video right now, right?
He doesn't take tacos like me though.
No,
I think he takes what do you say? He's like Philly cheesesteaks or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Extra ketchup.
Right. Here's someone I haven't seen in a minute on here, but Tony Trickle. What's going on, Tony, man? Appreciate you so much for hanging on out. Tony is honestly, I don't know if you know this or not, but he's really big in the no prep scene. Really kind of one of the head pioneers with a lot of the big names out there. Has put down some of the fastest times I've ever seen and just really knowledgeable with the RC. He was recently on a show, I want to say it might have been Donut Media, it might have been one of those media
Oh, yeah,
places.
where they built a car.
Exactly.
They did a no prep car.
Exactly,
Oh, okay.
exactly. So he was on there as well.
Yep.
And he's also gotten really kind of gravitated towards the RC lowrider scene as well, doing some cool stuff and helping folks out as well. So Tony, thank you so much for what you're doing out there for the hobby.
Spreading the love for
Hell
the hobby
yeah.
for all of it.
Absolutely. Chris Andrade, man, what's going on with you, man? He's in here as well. Appreciate you so very much. Wyatt 843 wants to know, will we get a 118 Redcat Gen 8 by chance in the future?
You think we could sell one of those?
I don't know. I don't know if people will buy them.
Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody like a Gen 8?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know if anybody likes that.
I didn't even know we made Gen 8s. I'm just kidding.
We went from the 7 to the 9, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't even have an 8.
Marshall Sanchez says, "I'm going to put this in your ear. When are we going to come out with a '68 Chevy Impala?"
I think that may be the first time I've heard 68.
65, I hear a lot.
Yeah. 60, 61.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of 68 questions, but great comment though. Thank you so very much, brother. Yoshi, what's going on with you, man? Thank you so much. Appreciate you, bro. He says, Yoshi says, "Sup? What I missed? Did you give out free tacos yet?"
No, Oscar's been. I can't even comment about the Taco Bell. It's just out of control.
Oh man. Chris Andrade for that under light kit says, "Hit up low and slow RC LED underglow for your RC underglow needs." There you go. There it is. All right.
Join the lowrider group if you're not in there on Facebook. I think there's like 6 or 7 people in there.
Right.
You should be. There's a ton of information. So for those of you who may be new and are looking for stuff, there's definitely a bunch of homemade stuff on there and a lot of really good ideas. And then I think there's some on the website too.
Sure.
Some of the authorized vendors and stuff.
So guys, before we kind of get into today's show and today's episode, this episode today is going to be revolving around the Valkyrie MT and the Valkyrie RT. But before we do that, I do want to give you guys a quick reminder that the SEMA build-off is actually currently going on right now. What that means is that we're calling you out, the builder that's into the RC lowrider scene. And this is a worldwide event. Second year, we're going worldwide. Calling out every single one of you builders to see who is the best of the best and who has what it takes to have their car proudly displayed in front of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people at SEMA in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. If this is something that interests you, there's some things you're going to want to do. Head on over to the link in the description of this bio. Make sure you fill it out so that you can sign up first. Start sharing your vehicle on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok with the appropriate hashtags so that we can start seeing pictures of the vehicle populated. And as we get closer, we'll be voting on the winner and taking that vehicle with us to SEMA. And like I mentioned before, it will be displayed for so many people to see. Make sure that you guys check it out.
Is it just lowriders, or can they do the co?
Actually, they're good call. Thank you for reminding me. This year we open it up. We are not just doing the lowrider scene, but we are doing the COE, the co, the hauler as well.
Okay.
So one, two, and the other is going to be the same. The basics of it is that it has to be a functioning vehicle, meaning it has to be able to drive forward and backwards, turn right and left, and it has to start with at least a RC lowrider chassis. So it has to be either the LRH 285 chassis that you find inside of the hopper itself, the LR260 chassis that you find in the Monte Carlo, or the COE. So as long as you started with that as your platform, any of those three, you are technically eligible to play.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of custom COE builds. I think we have one on the banner on the Facebook group that matches the car. Right. Really sick.
Chris Andrade, yes, you can use 3D printed bodies. As I mentioned before, you can use any body you want, as long as that chassis started as one of those options. Now, if you wanted to stretch that chassis, make it minimal, as long as it's an operating RC vehicle at the end of the day, you're good to go.
We can see Redcat parts on it. That'd be beneficial.
Absolutely. So there it is, guys. So let's get right into it, guys. On today's episode, as I mentioned before, we're going to be talking about the Valkyrie RT and MT. Late last week, we sent out an email to a lot of the folks that have purchased one. One of the things that had come up is that we had heard from some customers that they were having issues with the actual shocks. Shocking, I know. Shocking. One of the things that we wanted everyone to know is that, hey, listen, we were going to be on top of it. We were going to figure out what happened. We started looking at some of the things and going on. And when we originally designed the product, they were supposed to come with a certain kind of shock, right, Aaron?
Yes, sir. They're supposed to be threaded.
Got it.
So what some of you guys have found out, and what we found out, thanks to you guys, is that while our factory made our cars during this last production run, they had actually mixed in some shocks for some other vehicles that made its way onto our vehicle. So for some of you that haven't seen or haven't looked around, there's two different types of shock shafts on the cars that people are getting. One is going to be a threaded, and the other one is going to be like a press-in or like a molded-in type. So I've got both versions here so you guys can see. So for those of you guys that maybe haven't got the email or haven't got your car yet, you're going to want to check it when you get it, and then contact customer service. There's a bunch of information on the website, and I'm sure in the down there on the video. But to check it, to see if you have the threaded version or the non-threaded version, you're just going to want to use usually a non-marking pair of pliers. But for the purpose of this, we're putting a nice pair of pliers on there. Just put it on there like that, and give it a turn. Just keep turning it, keep turning it, keep turning it. And as you can tell, this one is a winner. This one is threaded. This is what you guys should have received. So, as you can see, nice threaded shaft, normal, like you'd see on most of the cars today. However, some of you folks received what we have here, which is not what we wanted, but we are very sorry, and we're going to make it right. So this one, if you take it, we can sit here, turn, 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 turn. And this is not what you want. So this is not what you're supposed to get. So if you have your car, please check it, and then get in touch with customer service if you have the wrong ones. Now, as far as I know, we've already got a bunch of replacements in, and we have been sending them out to customers. So you may have already contacted customer service and got that. And as well as any cars shipped, I believe, this week are actually going to have a complete set of shocks, the good ones, inside the box with the car. So you essentially have an extra set of shocks. There's a chance you may get one set that, the ones on the car, you might get one that's good, you might get two, you might get three, you might get four.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
It's impossible to tell. We're not going to open them all up. So what we're doing is we're just throwing in a set of shocks into all those cars. And then in our next set of orders, that'll be rectified, and that won't be a problem for anybody anymore. So we're sorry about that, but it's mass production, things happen.
And Andrew Surrey actually brings out a great one, because this is actually, did I click the right one? Yes, this is kind of one of the things. So, both my Valkyries had two different shocks. That's exactly what happened. Is we started finding out that people were breaking a shock prematurely based off the design of the pressed-on version. And what we found is when they checked the rest of their shocks, they either had one shock that was, the wrong one. We had some people that had two that were the wrong one. We had some that had the right ones all the way around. But we wanted to kind of get ahead of it and have the factory sent us in some replacements. So if you bought one directly from us, we sent an email out to you already, and we sent out some shocks to you guys to handle that already. The rest of the inventory that we have here in our possession, we are sending them out with the correct shocks in there, so that if you break one, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And if you are a dealer out there and have a customer that ends up breaking a shock or something, please send them out to us. In the link in the description of this video, there's a link to the warranty form to fill out. Go ahead and fill out that form, reach out to us, and we'll send you out your replacement shocks as well. So we want to make sure that we have everyone taken care of. That's very important to us. Again, as Aaron mentioned, we do apologize for this. It was an oversight that even we did not know was happening. And thankfully, ironically enough, the 4 vehicles that we used during our filming, we were like, that's weird, let's go check them. And all 4 vehicles had the threaded shocks. And so we don't know how many of the inventory we had were affected by this situation. So to make it right, we just wanted to be ahead of the game, get the shocks. We air shipped them in. We didn't want to put them on a slow boat and wait for them to get here. So we want to make sure that now reach out to support. If you have any questions, there's a warranty form that you can fill out. If you do break a shock, we'll make you whole. And if you already purchased one directly from us, we should have those already out in the mail sent out to you.
Yeah, check it. And then, like you said, just, it's something that happens. It's a common part shared between a couple different vehicles. That's how we're able to kind of source this and make this as inexpensive, right? We kind of co-developed it. So that's just kind of the nature of the business. We had our own spec, and unfortunately our spec got mixed in with the other one. So it's just, it's something that happened. It's unfortunate. Like we said, we're sorry about it. The vehicle, I think, has had a pretty positive result. So, and another thing, I guess we can talk about while we're talking about the shock. Some of them, the ride height's not exactly how it needs to be out of the box, so feel free to make the rear level and stuff like that. And I'm watching some of these videos, and there's a lot of good videos out there on people working on them and doing things like that. But when you guys are changing your shocks and stuff on this one, we have this nice little guard here on the bottom. When you put the spring cup back on the shock, you're going to want to make sure you grab the spring cup and pull it. I don't know if you could hear that snap. It's actually supposed to snap onto the lower rod end, so it shouldn't just pop right off. So as you can see, I kind of had to use a little force there, but you can kind of hear it, maybe. Oh,
I did hear it. There it is.
yeah. So you can tell. Make sure when you're checking them and you're putting it back together, make sure you snap that back on, and then yeah, you should be good to go.
Right. And again, as you mentioned, there was I'll turn the other camera on. Show them really quick. Some people that are new to the RC hobby, especially when they're buying our products, because they've not. Let's be honest. I mean, we
got a lot of entry level first time customers.
Right. So show them really quick just the adjustment that you're doing with the spring location.
Yeah. So on the shocks, on some of the vehicles, I've noticed that the rear has been a little bit low, so you have a nice threaded adjuster here. So there's two ways you can do it. What I like to do is I would run the collar all the way up. I would take since these shocks are a darker color, I would use a silver Sharpie, put a line on it here, and then I would spin it a set number of turns. So instead of just kind of willy-nilly letting it go, I'd count your turns, and I would probably put it about, I would say 10 turns down. You can do it on the vehicle. If you are, the springs on these are pretty stout. You're going to want to kind of pull down on the spring a little bit. So if I did this one, throw it together real quick, just so you guys can see. They're not meant to fall off, so when you do this, there you go. So what I like to do is just kind of as you can tell, the springs are skookum, as they would say. Pull it down a little bit and then turn. So you would adjust the ride height, because the rear of the truck on a few of them is sitting a little bit low, and on the MT, the front's actually a little bit lower than we wanted it. So don't be afraid to get the bones level when you look at it from the front, and add a little bit of preload. What's happened is they've just came in, and the adjusters, obviously they can kind of set them anywhere, and on the fronts it looks like they have them all the way up, which is good, because normally like I said, I would take this, run it all the way up until it contacts the shock cap, take a mark and put it directly in line with the shock eyelet. Oh, back it up, my bad. So yeah, right there, just mark it right across there with a Sharpie, like a silver one in this case. Pull it down, pull the spring down a little bit, and then it's a lot easier to turn it, and then count your turns. That way you can make the left and the right side equal. Otherwise, you're going to have to use, if you're like me, you're going to go in there with a caliper and measure the distance between the two of them if you're trying to make it perfect. But, for bashing and stuff like that, just a quick, easy little hash mark on there to just to count your rotations, and then you can kind of figure out if you want the ride height up a little bit or down a little bit, but yeah. And then, like I said, make sure when you put them on, this one, you should have shocks like this. I hope you do. And then, yeah, this just pops on, makes that nice audible click.
And guys, make sure, like we mentioned before, that when you are taking these off or testing them, the best practice is always going to be to use some actual shock pliers.
Yep, shock pliers or like a rag. Put something around there, because what you don't want to do is these shocks they're pretty good as far as no leaking, but as soon as you grab them with something like this, or I've seen guys use vice grips, and you hammer down on this thing, you're going to actually dent and mar the surface here, and then when this goes up, it's actually it can tear the O-rings and then cause leaking. So normally you'd use like a shock pliers that has a Teflon coating, or like ProTech RC, some of the other companies make them, and it's just aluminum, which is softer than this, and then it doesn't mar it. But for the purpose of the video here, we're just doing that. And then yeah, just once again to spin them, to check them, just spin it like that. You should be able to, see that this one's coming down. Make sure that it's, and then when you put it on, just put it all the way back up until it's snug, just like that. Good to go. Simple. And then, like I said, the audible click, I won't put the spring on, but just make sure you snaps on. That way you don't lose the spring cup in some of the tumbles that you can take with this truck.
Perfect. So there it is, guys. That's the nitty gritty when it comes to the information, especially when it comes to the Valkyrie MT and the Valkyrie TR. as we mentioned before, we're very terribly sorry. We hope that a lot of you guys have still been able to enjoy your product, and it looks that way because a lot of great videos and everyone having a good time with them has been awesome to see it being so well received, especially for a $300 price point on a 4S truck that honestly is a bang for the buck. So we hope that this situation that you see here, allows you to see the kind of company that we are, knowing that you're buying with confidence, that we're going to always try to make the right call to try and make sure we take care of our customers, because that's crucial to us at any given point. And whenever there's a problem, one thing I've always loved about Redcat, even before I worked here, is like, hey, if there's a problem, we kind of own it, and we just we'll wipe the egg off our face. It's no big deal. We just want to make sure our customers
it
are
happens,
happy.
right? It's manufacturing. Things happen like this. Obviously, we inspect a certain percentage of the cars over at the factory and stuff like that. But I mean, mistakes get made. So it's something that can happen. Like I said, it's just unfortunate it had to happen to us, and we're trying to make it right. So once again, sorry, and we hope we can get you some correct shocks, and you can go out and have some fun with your truck.
Right. And, Darkwood RC brings up a good thing, and I said this earlier, but you may not have caught it, so I'm going to elaborate a little bit deeper on this. Any one of you guys that's a dealer that has any in stock or has any problems with the actual truck, please reach out to your rep so that they can make sure that we make you whole. They'll let you know what the deal is with those avenues as well. If you have a customer that has one that broke for some reason, please make sure that they reach out to Redcat, fill out the warranty form, and we'll get them a set sent to them specifically. But yeah, Darkwoods, just make sure you reach out to your rep and they'll get you handled.
Yep, they'll get you taken care of.
Let's see here.
I'm trying to think if there's any other good questions, or do we have like little tech tips for this truck? I don't know. Let's enjoy it, right? Put a good battery in it. Have fun. I feel like it's been pretty quick. A lot of people have been driving it. It is a little bit easier to drive if you have a gyro or something like that, because it is quite powerful, but it's still quite a bit of fun. And I've been seeing a lot of folks. Not everybody can handle the 4S, and a lot of guys are running it on 3S. I know customer service has had a couple guys talk in. They've had it running on 2S, and it's been fun. So, and for $300, like shoot, pretty fun truck.
So I gotta give this guy it, because I'm saying he kind of harnessed the. You might actually know the person that wrote the original song, because I think you guys went to the same high school together.
Oh yeah, that's
Rob
possible.
Van Winkle.
Yeah, we did.
Ken Pilcher says, if there's a problem, we'll solve it. Check out the bashing, and Redcat resolves it.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Andrew Surrey says, do you guys, because you guys need to get Kenny Downs on the list of official reviewers for Redcat. He's done pretty good on his reviews already, and great source of information. So definitely something to think about.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing is, we have, obviously, there's some people that we send trucks out to all the time and stuff like that, but it's kind of nice to have someone that we're not sending them a truck, because we got to because everybody thinks we pay for these reviews, right? And we definitely do. I think it's like $2 or $3 million per review, but no, seriously, he does
Joe
a good
Collins
job,
must
though.
be
Filthy rich.
rich, bro.
He's rolling in it. But so it's nice that if we could send a truck to everybody, man, that would be great.
Right.
But it's nice to have guys like him. I think there's another one that with some good reviews, Razor RC. Obviously, we have 2FM with some of our crawler stuff. And, if you guys have any questions or whatever, like the reviewers, don't hesitate to contact us, like myself or any of the other guys in the engineering team. If you have questions about a product and maybe, you have a question and maybe I can help you answer it, maybe give you a reason why things maybe are the way they are for certain items, or, don't be afraid to reach out. You're not going to be the first one, and you won't be the last one.
Joe says my bank account is loaded.
Yeah, see? He lives in Florida, too, right?
He's the only person I know that can retire at the age of like 42.
I know, has an RC track in his backyard.
I'm saying.
All he does is play with toys.
He's balling.
He lives there because that's that no tax state.
Yeah,
he knows what's up.
Yeah, he did it right. He did it right. Guys, for the rest of you guys that want a little bit of information, on a couple products, I do want to give you guys a quick one. So for the 63 that everyone's been asking about, we are looking at end of the year time frame for that to arrive. As we mentioned a few months back, we were expecting to see them end of September, early October. Due to some things that we found with the grill that we had them kind of rework out, and some painting things that we found that we wanted to make adjustments on, we're looking to see that hopefully arrive before the end of the year if all goes as planned. That's the goal at this point. more 64s, the two-tones that we've been sharing with you guys leaked out a few months back.
What?
Yeah, we had them on the show. I showed
We did?
Yeah. I didn't show them the colors, the official colors.
Okay.
We showed them the bodies as
Okay.
potential options. We're looking at late October for those to arrive, early November for the two-tones. And then obviously the Riviera 62, we're looking at sometime in October for those to arrive as well.
So we got a little bit of everything. We got a couple, more simple multi-piece bodies, and then some of the full ones. Yeah, the 63. Oh, man, if you guys could see it, it's terrible. We're gonna have to start all the way over. No, just kidding. But yeah, it's gonna be nice when you guys get it. There's a lot of stuff in the works. That's all I can say. I almost slipped right there. I almost told them about the Nitro Submarine.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if word got out?
About the Nitro Submarine?
Oh,
I told you
man.
it can't be nitro. It's got to be nuclear.
No, yeah, we can't.
Because the
we don't
oil,
have a permit
the
for
oil's
that.
going to pollute the water.
It puts it back into the ocean.
Oh. All right, guys. Any idea if you guys are gonna be having Valkyrie clear bodies? Has that been a thing?
That's a very good question. I'm not sure. I would check the website. It sounds like we don't have clear bodies. I will look into that. We can update everybody on the live next week, or you can. But we'll look into that. I'm not sure if we. It's kind of weird that we don't have them.
Absolutely. Chris Andrade, I don't know if you just heard me, but the 62 and the Riviera, we're looking at about October timeframe before we see those arrive. Roughly around 45 to 60 days from now is what we're looking at.
And it's busy season for all of you guys that maybe do or don't know. Obviously, we know it's the end of the year's coming up. There's a couple holidays that everybody likes to celebrate at the end of the year. So these factories and these shipping lanes are as packed as they are going to be for the for the next 3 to 4 months. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
A lot of stuff obviously, unfortunately, comes from overseas. So that's just how it is.
All right, Jim Wolf, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man? Clay Keats is in the house, Mr. King of the Streets. Always good having you as well. So, guys, there it is. You guys now know what's going on with the Valkyrie, MT and RT, the shocks, the debate, the talk about. Thanks to you guys that were in the trenches, folks like RC, folks. There's a lot of guys that actually brought attention to it. Darkwood RC, I think he also had a video where he had one break, but. Everyone, I mean, we try to keep an eye out on all these things. Yeah. We found a trend happening quickly. We got with the factory. We started inspecting some of the products. And we realized what the issue was and how it wasn't affecting everyone, but it was affecting some trucks. And some trucks had half. Some trucks had all good. Some trucks had one bad shock.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Regardless, we're here to make it right. So now you know, if you have one that has broken on you and you just bought it from a hobby shop, you can reach out. The link is in the description of this video. You can always find our warranty claim form that you can fill out, and we'll make sure we get you whole. For those of you that are dealers, please reach out to your rep so that we can make you whole as well on those parts if you have had to replace any at this time. And anyone that's already purchased one from us directly from our website, we went ahead and automatically shipped those out for you guys as well already. So we hope that the rest of you guys have an amazing rest of your week ahead, and we hope to keep the wheels turning here, so to speak. Let's make sure we're not missing any other comments that might be here as well.
Any questions? Nothing?
Let's see here.
Definite maybe?
Fish and Bill, what's going on with you, brother?
That's a name I recognize.
Yeah.
What do these guys want from us? Like, is there you guys have any new ideas or any things that maybe, like along the lines of the Nitro Submarine that, maybe we should be looking into? That
I want a lowrider submarine, bro. I want like a custom, like candy paint job.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It reflects good off the floor.
Maybe some gold trim on my sub. You know what I'm saying?
Periscope up.
Absolutely, Kim Pilcher. We will definitely, hopefully, potentially see you at Proline by the Fire. We actually have a meeting here in the next couple of days to go over what that's going to look like for us as well. Julio Angel says he wants a Redcat plane.
Oh, boy, are you at the wrong place, sir. We did that a long time ago, and I'm going to use the term "we" very loosely. There was a time when Redcat made planes, and it was not a good time.
See, Jacob understands.
Jacob,
not submarine, has to be nuclear.
Why? It can't be.
Just saying.
Just saying. Yes. Have they not seen any of these documentaries? You can't do nuclear. I think nitro or. We could do sailboat fuel as well. That's another good source of energy.
Right.
For a submarine. Sailboat fuel. It's pretty common.
See, Gap says, I'm with Joe. buggy on the Vigilante platform.
Yeah. Who's this Joe they keep talking about?
It's the most freaking highest paid millionaire RCer.
Oh, the guy that we
yeah,
paid.
yeah, the guy that we pay so much to. That guy.
Yeah, that would be cool. Just keep telling us. That's all you got to do. The more we see comments about stuff like that, and if we have a successful platform, like I think we kind of do there, we're obviously working through a couple little kinks. You know,
Right.
we're always trying to improve and get better.
Sure.
Let us know. You never know.
Right, and you know, and there's one thing to it, and we're not going to shy away from it, guys. You know, a lot of folks are comparing the Vigilante or the Valkyrie even to other name brand vehicles, and you know, there's things that we're not going to come close to yet at this point in this stage, and we're going to be honest with you guys because this is our V1 of that platform, while the other
fresh.
brands that are being compared to. Man, those guys are on like V5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of them have like close to 15 years of being in existence where they've worked out a lot of kinks and made it better and better. I mean, if we're here at this point and you guys are trying to compare it to something like that, then
That's a win.
one, I think it's a win that we're even anywhere near the same ballpark as someone that has had that kind of just long-term success.
Yeah,
you know?
they're very successful brands.
So, you know, we appreciate that, and we appreciate all of you guys. You know, we can't do what we do if it wasn't for you amazing customers out there, the community in general, whether you're into the bashing scene, the drifting scene, or the lowrider scene, or the crawling scene. You know
Or
what I'm
soon to
saying?
be submarine scene.
Yeah, right.
The screen door too.
Yeah,
It's gonna have a screen door.
It's a screen door to submarine. Get the heck out of here, man.
Have to.
All right, guys. Well, hey, guys, with that said, we're going to leave you guys out with that. We hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We'll be back next week with some more information, hopefully some new updates for you as well. But until then, we hope you guys stay blessed, stay safe, keep the rubber side down, and like Aaron said, let's talk about it
Let's talk about it.
with his hot sauce from Taco Bell.
Easy, Mr. Heinz 57 on your tacos. Get out of here.
Here we go. All right, guys. You guys stay blessed, man. We'll